come for this? Lord, why my life is left? I was 40 years old. I said, Lord, my 2/3 of next life is there. Why you kept me in a small place? It's a new place, new team, and new, everything has to be new, and it looked like laid back down. But one thing I had to know, I had to move forward. And so then I saw one day, suddenly I felt God chose Bethlehem to launch His global mission, the eternal mission. After redeeming the whole humanity, He began in a small town. Out of His 12 disciples, 5 disciples He chose from a small fishing village. Oh Lord, I should not grumble. I will accept your call and your plans for me. So you've chosen me for a time like this, for this place. No one can replace me. You have found fit for me to be in this place. I will serve you, Lord. It brought a new change altogether. So in life, as we start walking with God, and there will be always, challenges for us, but we can't stop. In life, how many ways we can move? Which are the directions we can move? Moving forward, okay? Moving sideward, crabs move sideward. We can go sideward. You put them on the track, they'll go sideways. Then going downward, that is easy, just lie down, roll. No effort is required, you can just roll. Then upward is difficult, right? Yeah, but we are called to move forward. We got to move forward. So this morning, I want to share with you some thoughts about moving forward. The chosen ones move forward, not backward, not sideward, not downward. They move forward. So why should we move forward? Moving forward, why? Why should we move forward? I don't think you need an explanation. You know why you have to move forward. But let's do just some reminders. Number one, to progress in life, we need to move forward. Come on, tell your friend. To progress in life, you have to move forward. People, God called Abraham. God called Abraham and he kept on moving forward. There were so many distractions halfway, but he kept on moving forward. Lot, who joined with him, he saw somewhere, he started moving sideward and backward. But Abraham said, no, I will go to the city that God has shown me. You settle down, but not me. So he kept moving forward. Isaac moved forward. In Genesis chapter, I think 26. Can somebody read that? I think it's here. I think. 1 minute, let see. Genesis chapter 26, verse 12 and 3. I've taken from KJV for a purpose. Okay. Then Isaac sowed in that land and received in the same year an 100-fold. And the Lord blessed him. Okay. Now Isaac, he planted and he sowed in the land in 1 year. Right? Hey, living things, this has to grow. You and me, we have to grow. When growth stops, decay begins. I stopped growing. I stopped growing. Some of you stopped growing. My decays begin. It's all gray. I'm close to the destination. Now my body will not grow. So decays begin. I'm close to death. So if we stop growing, that means the decays begin. So if we stop moving forward, then we stop growing. If you stop growing, that means we are beginning to decay. So to prevent decay, we need to grow. Number 3. to pursue life goals, we need to grow. We have dreams. Yesterday we saw, Bethel is a place of dreams. But dreaming doesn't cost. But to put the dreams into action, to see that happen, it costs. So we need to move forward if our dreams have to come to pass. God spoke to the people of Israel while in the wilderness 34 times. 34 times he used the word conquer, enter, possess. Conquering, entering, possessing demands our moving. While Lot stopped, he stopped moving. Movement is a source of comfort. He pitched his tent and lived there at the cost of his life, at the cost of his future generation. If he was in the will of God in Sodom and Gomorrah, God would equip him to transform that city. But he was there for his purpose. So he had no grace and energy and strategy to change that city. Instead, that city changed him. The city changed his family, his children. We need to move forward if you have to, fulfill our goals. What does it take to move forward? We need to have the desire. We need to have the desire. Yes, I need to move forward. How gospel reached India? Because Thomas decided to move forward. How so many translations of the Bible we have in our hand? Because people decide to move forward. That moving forward may be different for the world. When you move forward for the world, it's like, you are taking steps behind. But in God's sight, God knows that is the right thing. Now, you need to take effort. There will be effort. And moving forward always demands risk. You have to face risk. Without risk, there is no move. Number 4, world also takes risk. Businessmen take risk. Politicians take risk. But they take risk in the worldly sense. But our risk is based on God. So that is faith. So we take risk because God is with us. We take risk because God has told us. We take risk because it is the right thing in the sight of God to do in the time of the given time. So we need to have faith. Now, we will read some ninth verses from 2 Kings chapter 7 verse 3 to 9. This is about 4 lepers who decided to face Armenian army. Okay, let's read together. Shall we start? I'll see 3 from there. Now, there were 4 men with leprosy at the entrance of the city gate. They said to each other, "Why stay here until we die? If you say, we will go into the city, the famine is there, and we will die. And if we stay here, we will die. So let's go over to the camp of the Arameans and surrender. If they spare us, we will live. If they kill us, then we die." At the dusk, they got up and went to the camp of the Arabians. When they reached the edge of the camp, not a man was there. For the Lord had caused the Arabians to hear the sound of chariots and horses and a great army, so that they said to one another, "Look, the king of Israel has hired the Hittite and the Egyptian kings to attack us." So they got up and fled in the dusk and abandoned their tents and their horses and donkeys. They left the camp as it was and ran for their lives. The men who had leprosy reached the edge of the camp and entered one of the tents. They ate and drank and carried away the silver, gold, and clothes and went off and hid them. They returned and entered another tent and took some things from it and hid them also. Then they said to each other, "We are not doing the right thing. This is a day of good news and we are keeping it to ourselves. If we wait until the day punishment will overtake us, let's go at once and report this to the royal palace." So lessons from these lepers. Let's look at the state of the lepers. They were the outcast, right? They can't live in the city. In fact, there was a rule with culture where people, they can be stoned to death. They can't live inside the city. They had to live outside. They considered they were cursed. They were cursed. Even in the childhood time, I remember, even in our land, when lepers come for begging, they will be ringing the bell. When they ring the bell, you would stay away. No, they are announcing that they are coming. So they are outcast, they are considered cursed, and the condition is famine. No food in the city. Arameans have come and seized the city. Nothing can come out, nothing can go inside. There is no food inside. People began to eat their children. In that condition, what will be the condition of these lepers? They live. If the city has something, they can get some leftover. City itself is not having anything. So there is no hope for these people. No defense. They can't fight for themselves. They can't protect themselves. They are living in the mercy of others. So no hope. Why should they live? These lepers. Why should they live? There's nothing for them. There's no question of moving forward for them. What is to move? Where to move? Let's look at the options of these lepers. They had three options. One is to retreat, go into the city. No man with common sense will go into the city. Because they are lepers, nobody will kill them and eat them also. But surely, there is no hope for them. They will die if they go inside. Second, remain in the place where they are. Be stagnant. So if they made a choice, anyway they are going to die. Only sustained, slow death. That's all. The third option is run. Run. Where to run? They can't go into the city. If they go that side, Arameans are camped there, waiting. They seize the camp, seize the city. So run away from both places. But they didn't take all these three options. They refused to retreat. They didn't remain in that place. They didn't run away. They decided to face them. Number one, they refused to sit. They refused to sit. Second Kings, chapter 7, verse 5 to 7, it says 5. At dusk they got up and went to the camp of the Arameans. Where they reached the edge of the camp, not a man was there. They discussed. They had a plan. They had a strategy. What should we do? If we go inside, we will die. We stay here, we will die. We go there, we will die. So, here is the option. Let's go and face the Arabians. And they decided to move forward. So they decided not to sit. Not to sit and keep watching. No flight, but fight. You heard about this man, Larry Walters. This man, in 1982, in California, a place called California, and some town, I don't know exactly the name. This man, one day, he managed to get, his dream was he wanted to join as a fighter pilot. So he tried to join Air Force, but because he had some eyesight problem, he was medically unfit, so he couldn't get. So his dream to become a pilot was gone, so he became a truck driver. But 20 years he nourished this dream, it didn't happen. So one day he decided to fly. So what he did, he went to the old military stores and collected some, purchased few things. He brought some helium balloons, and he pulled out his garden chair and tied all these helium balloons and tied himself to the seat of the garden chair. And he took one pistol with pellets. He said, okay, I will fly, and after some time I will shoot one balloon and they should come down. So he had nourished this plan all alone. He also took a radio instrument where he can, connect with some radio waves he had, connect with some towers. And he took his cigarettes and some biscuits, some sandwiches, and he was going for a flight. So he took off from his garden. He went up, he thought he will go around and have a look around and then come down. But he never expected it reached 16,000 feet. When it reached 16,000 feet, he realized he was right on top of the aerodrome and flights are going to land. Then he realized, became panicked. Hey, now here flights will be coming, I'm in trouble. And some pilots noticed some object and they reported ATC. And he was in panic. He gave a call to ATC and given a distress call. And there was commotion everywhere. Then suddenly he decided, hey, it is not safe. And he started bursting one by one few balloons. And he came down. And he descended on top of an electrical power line, and the electricity tripped in the city. City didn't have for 2 hours no electricity. Then by the time was reported, and fire brigade and police and everybody landed and told Walter, what did he do? And he came down, he said, what do you think? Did he just sit in the house? His answer was, nothing. You expect me to just sit at home? Of course, a foolish thing. They didn't know how to handle it. He was fined $4,000 US. Then after they reduced it, then he became a motivational speaker later. Hey, here is a man who doesn't want to sit. And God's people, chosen people, we can sit. We got to move forward, do something for the Lord. Now when I think of whatever I did, so many things I did, got involved in ministry. But I was thinking, now when I think of why did I do all that? If I see a drug addict, go after drug addict. See a street kid, go after the street kid. Go in an alcoholic, go after an alcoholic. Go in hostel. I was looking, wherever door opened, we went and did something. Of course, there are lessons today, what we should do, what we should not do. But don't sit and keep calculating. Do something. Move forward. Move forward. So these lepers refused to sit. Come on, tell your friend. Refuse to sit. Tell your friend. Refuse to sit. Okay. Now, next, these lepers refused to sit in fear. Why we sit? We can be lazy and idle. That's okay. That's one problem. Second problem is you want to move forward, but you are sitting because of fear. But lepers decided they will not sit in fear. At dusk they got up and went to the camp of Arabians. They refused to sit in fear. They know who are they? No defense. They can't even run. Their toes are not there. Fingers are eaten up. They can't run. But they decided to go and face the army. Here they are sandwiched between the army and the city. City means death. City gate is death. Enemy means death. But they decided, fear will not control my life. Fear is the greatest enemy to move forward. Fear of failing, fear of losing job, fear of losing life, fear of losing relationship. No, like yesterday said, God gives us a word. He gives us a call. But at one point, for some reason, we stay back. God says, come on, get back to Bethel and hear God fresh. I left Navy. I told a story about leaving Navy. That is fine. When I left from Andaman, I came to Bombay. I took up a job. I was in the shipping. That's the only job I could get. But I knew one day I'll come on full time. But during these 7 years, we worked in shipping company and offshore oil rigs. During these 7 years, we were engaged in the ministry. We planted church. Then, one day Pastor Stanley called me. He said, David, can you come over to my house? He said, fine. Then he said, bring Deborah also. He said, okay. Come prepared to stay overnight. Okay. Then he said, if you can manage to find some babysitter, leave your children and come. Oh God, what did we do? So we have close time. He has told me to come with my wife, come prepared to stay overnight and come without the children. So we're wondering, what is this? By the way, one side there was one kind of anxiety, other side, 3 months God has been speaking to us. Now, this 31st March is the last, this financial year is the last time, last day for your career. You are coming full time. So, these 3 months we are waiting, but we have decided, unless church calls us, we will not leave. Our ministry will be connected to the vision of the church. So we waited. But then Stanley said, okay, in short, the night he shared about my role. Then after giving the list, he said, David, what I mean is, you have to come full time. Are you ready? Then myself, Deborah looked out. Yes, Stanley, we are ready. In fact, we are waiting to hear this voice. Stanley asked, so when can he join? You tell me, tomorrow you can join. So then I said, okay, till April 15th, I'll finish 5 years. I'll get some graduates and I'll come. Also, I'll give 1 month notice. So, all promised. Now, 2 months. Now, I was having a court case against me. 3 people died in the ship. And I was not responsible, but because of my position, I was responsible. There was a case running, a criminal case running against me. For 4 years, this case was dragging. Now, if I leave the job, now, company week, most happiest company because I'm out. Case is not against the company, case is against the individual. So I said, Lord, 4 years, not even one single witness has been examined. If I leave Navy, if I leave my company, what will happen? One side, God has called me to resign the job and come full time. Other side, the court case is hanging for 4 years. And where the finance will come, how will I face the court, how will I pay the lawyers, how will I have witnesses and supporting documents from the company? The company will disown me. So I was postponing with fear. One day Stanley asked, David, when are you coming? I don't know whether Stanley remembers or not. I was a bit hesitant. Every day I will go to the managing director's office, MD's office. I look at and he'll go back. Someday we'll ask the secretary, how is he today? And he was never in a good mood. But like this kept on postponing. So one day I decided, why I'm living in fear? let me go. So one day I knocked the door, I went inside. I said, sir, I'm putting up a resignation. He said, what for? I said, I want to serve God. What do you mean by serve God? It means social work, I said. He said, see, I cannot provide that atmosphere. If you tell me job is, if your salary is less, this is less, I'm going to provide a change. But this one I can't create. But anyway, this chair will be empty always. Whenever you feel, get bored with your social work, you come back. Then, my lawyer said, why do you resign? You should ask me. Then he said, go and ask tell your company. Then I went to my boss again. I said, sir, what about my court case? He said, Mr. David, don't worry. Till the Supreme Court, even if it has to be President appeal, we will stand with you. All documents free. Anytime you can come to any ship and carry witness documents. All your lawyer's fee will be paid. Now go. When God is with you, He will not disown you. But if I was sitting in fear, I would have never moved forward. I would have not been in the best presence of God or best plan of God. So lepers decided not to come under fear. They refused to sit in fear. Then they refused to sit in self-pity. Hey, I'm a leper. Oh God, they could have lived blaming the culture. The culture has decided like this, and God has cursed me, and this sickness for me, and famine here, and I cannot work, no job, no even I can't beg, no food around. Why God this to me? They refuse to live in self-pity. You know what is self-pity? Self in the pit. Some of us love self-pity. Why? In the self-pity zone, you are in the spotlight. You are the key person. All the focus on you. Me. You look at everybody. Poor me. You sit here because we love it. The focus is on us. Self-pity will not take us anywhere. If you want to move forward, we should refuse to sit in self-pity. Many times I used to wonder, hey, nobody understands me. I'm in this pain. I'm in this problem. They don't even consider this. Lepers refuse to sit in self-pity. They refuse to sit with their old wineskin. They refuse to sit with old wineskin. See, the lepers' job is begging. Spread the towel, and people throw money and the food, and you eat. You never move from one place. If at all you move for begging, not to work. So they have been having a kind of lifestyle. It's very difficult for them to move. They never worked. They've never socialized. They never led a normal life. They don't even go and work for their food. They only beg for their food. They sat in one place. But that day they decided to break that old wineskin. I have one friend. Now we are trying to help him. 40 years old, 40 plus. Got divorced. 2 children. And did nothing for the last few years. Somebody introduced to us the last Christmas program. And we took on him, and he's with us now. He sleeps in the daytime. Stays awake in the night and sleeps in the daytime. What he does? Nothing. Because his sister, one in Australia, one in the UK, they send money. So money is there for him. And he's healthy, strong, sports body. He can do, he's able, good at command over English. And but last 5 years, his life got messed up and he has taken this role. Now he has created his own old wineskin. He now wants to come out and live a normal life. He's given his life for the Lord. He's going to get baptized in a short time. No, but the old wineskin is not moving. If we want to move forward, the old wineskin has to be broken. God pours the new wine in the new wineskin, and it'll go. It's because of our habits, because of our pattern lifestyle, we are unable to move forward. Are we willing for a new wineskin, a new structure, a new lifestyle, new pattern of spending money, new pattern of living life, luxury, or what is, you name it. If these things are conditional, we cannot move forward. So I told him, now you have to come every day morning, 8:30, and help me in traffic control for half an hour. School time, people come. He cannot make it 8:30. But I stay with him. Come on, boy, come. So 8:45, he'll put his head down and come. But I said, yeah, it is hard. Old wineskin is not breaking. Come on. But he's willing. I sent him to Ashakir and Bondo Hills for 1 week. And I prepared him. He said, listen, there, you should be the first man to come for all your devotion time and everywhere. And then he went with a team of 8 people. He was the eldest in the group, but the least in the group, because the old wine, we are finding it very hard. But he did it. He came back. Pastor, thank you very much for pushing me. Still is struggling. Too long we lived like this. We may have, desire in our heart and passion for the Lord, but our lifestyle we should be ready for a changed lifestyle. So lepers here, they decide to move forward because they had to break the old wineskin, otherwise they cannot move forward. Then, they resolved to plunge. Now everything is ready. They decided not to sit in fear, not to sit in self-pity, and they decided to move forward. And here is now the last plunge they had to make. They had to go to the army. Army came fully equipped with the horses and chariots, and they seized the city. They will just consume them. We have an adventure camp. We take them right now. The camp is going on in Avalanche in Kuno. We have one Manila net we tie up and hanging over 2 trees. At 10 or 20 feet, 10 feet away, we have a pole which is between the 2 trees. Now, and a monkey ladder. Monkey ladder means a rope ladder. So the candidate has to climb over the rope and walk on the pole. And top of the pole you have a support, you have to hold. Then you have a lifeline is given here. You have to stand and you have to raise your hand. The son knows. And yes. And you will find people will somehow they'll manage, will push them. Once they stand, they can't come back. Very difficult to come back. Now they have to release their hand and plunge and it will swing. When it swings, they have to go and catch that Manila rope. Okay. Now, people are scared. We call it faith jump. Those who have finished faith jump, they come back pumped out. Who have done something. But they have to let go. We'll tell them, come on, leave. They'll be shouting like this. They will not let go. They will not let go. Hey, these lepers decide to plunge. They decide to plunge. If we don't take that plunge, we will be where we are. In life, once, for chosen ones, you have to face few times these plunge challenges. Otherwise, you will not progress. In Navy, we are supposed to pass swimming tests. Everybody. If you don't pass swimming test, after certain rank, you cannot go up, right? A lifetime, you'll be stuck in that rank. So, in our training base, we had a swimming pool. We are there in that campus for 3.5 years. In 3.5 years, if you don't pass swimming test, you are a fool. If you go to ship, you will never get an opportunity. So we had one of our classmates. We all cleared. One Sardar didn't clear. He was a brilliant boy. He was a class, he was a topper. But swimming test he couldn't do. In swimming test, 3 things you have to do. 100 meters you have to swim. 5 minutes you are supposed to float. 5 or 10 minutes you are supposed to float. Then you have to jump from 15 feet board, fixed board. You have to jump. He will finish this 100 meter. 10 minutes he will finish floating. Jumping from the 10 meter board, 15 feet board, that was impossible. Every test we just organized, he will climb the ladder, he will look at the water, he will run away. So then he said, last chance we had, in next month we are leaving our base. Oh God, we told the Sardar, come on boy, today you have to do. So we told the coach, sir, we will help him and somehow we'll motivate him. So we all stood near the steps. He said, come on, Sardar, go in the front. We'll go and come back. So at one point, we climbed up the platform, and when he looked at it, he pushed it. And Babare, Balwan, Bachao, and he fell down, splashed on his stomach. All red. But he didn't die. But he passed the test. If we live in fear, we will never move forward. If you refuse to plunge, you will never move forward. Hey, when you do that, see the reward of the lepers. Amazing. Hey, God turned up. God turned up. God turned up. These fellows went and faced the Arabians, and they saw these fellows are fleeing. These people are fleeing. Verse 5 and 7. For the Lord had caused, when they reached the edge of the camp, not a man was there. For the Lord had caused the Arabians to hear the sound of chariots, horses, and a great army. So that they said to one another, look, the king of Israel hired Hittites and Egyptians, kings, to attack us. God caused the confusion. You take the step, God causes the confusion. When God arises, the enemies will be scattered. But when God arises, when God's people arise, the enemies will be scattered. So we are chosen people. We can't sit in one place. We have to move forward. When we move forward, having handled our fear and self-pity, and we are ready to plunge, God is with us. Wherever I found challenging stuff, when we took steps, God always honored. God is always honored. You know, my court case, 4 years, not in a single witness was witness. I joined ATC. I was looking after first year ATC. The court case started. So ATC students used to pray for me when I go to the court. Within 3 months, you know, I was watching, there are 10, 15-year-old cases are just adjourning. I said, Lord, my case is 4 years old. It will take next 10 years. This court case will design my future. No. So I plunged. But once I joined, came full time. In 6 or 7 months, few hearings, not even hearing, we just faced, met the top. And one day, court, they gave a verdict. So then I asked, I didn't understand. As usual, I will go and stand, and they will. I was standing there, so I asked my lawyer, so when is the next, I couldn't understand, so when is the next hearing? He said, what? Mr. David, what hearing? Your case is over. What, my case is over? Yeah. Then, am I acquitted? Yes, you are acquitted. I am free? Yes, I am free. I don't have to come to court again. No. Hey, if I continue to stay, I won't be where God wanted me to be. But I took the plunge, and God took care of the case. Amen. For those 1 year, my company paid all the bills. My company paid all the bills. I didn't visit my company once. Church peon used to go to my office and submit my bills, and they'll give the cash. My lawyer's fee, lawyer will send his bill to me, I will sign and send to my company. I'm no more in the company. My dinner with the lawyer, my highlighters that I buy to highlight some pages, every stationery, my taxi fare, my food with hospitality, everything my company paid. Hallelujah. Hey, God is with us. Let's plunge. Why should we live in fear? If you have heard God, we should plunge, and God will be on our side. God turned up. Then their lives turned around. God turned them. Their life turned around. Beggars, today they became the rich people. They could supply food and clothing to the entire city. Those who lived on the mercy of others, today they are givers. They lived in poverty. Today they are wealthy. The city was in the mercy of these lepers. God turned the things around, and their life turned around. They became givers and promoters. What is that one situation in our life that you are stuck in? What action you want to take in order to move forward? We should not go from this place. There is a place God wants all of us to move. There is a challenge for all of us to take one step. What is that one step? Already God is speaking to us. Already God is nudging us. Shall you all stand? Father, thank you, Lord. Let's lift our hands to the Lord. Lord, we are your servants. Speak to me, Lord, fresh. Speak to me fresh, Lord. Lord, here. Lord, we are standing here, Lord, before you. Lord, some of us are sitting in fear. Some of us sitting in self-pity. Lord, some of us sitting with no guts to plunge, to take that step of faith. Lord, this morning, may the Spirit of God fall on us fresh, Lord. Let the faith rise. Let faith rise. So Lord, your chosen ones, Lord, will take the step in the plunge. And Lord, we want to see God turning up in our ministry. We want to see God turning up in our office. Lord, we want God turn up, Lord, in our neighborhood. Lord, we want God turn up, Lord. Turn up, Lord. We want to miss out this. So Father, I pray you will enable each one of us to take a decision. Take a decision before we leave this place. Be with us, Lord. May your grace be upon us. Thank you so much, Lord. You're with us. Into your hands we commit our lives. Amen.